Hello, my name is Chris Rourke, and today I'm going to be giving you a presentation on preventing hospital-acquired infections with CHG. Hospital-acquired infections are a very serious issue in the United States, and although significant progress has been made in preventing certain types of infections, there's much more work to be done. Statistically, at any given time, 1 in 25 people can have a hospital-acquired infection. Hospital-acquired infections are caused by viral, bacterial, and fungal pathogens, and in the U.S., in 2011, approximately 722,000 hospital-acquired infections in acute care medical facilities happened, and 75,000 of those people actually passed away. Healthcare-associated infections are the most frequent adverse event in the healthcare system worldwide. Every day, HAIs result in prolonged hospital stays, long-term disability, and increased resistance of microorganisms to antimicrobials, massive additional costs for healthcare systems, and then high costs for patients and their families, and unnecessary deaths. Hundreds of millions of patients are affected by healthcare-associated infections worldwide each year. The endemic burden of healthcare-associated infections is also significantly higher in low and middle-income areas, more so than high-income countries. There's a few different types of HAIs, and here's a few of the common ones. There's central line-associated bloodstream infections, catheter-associated urinary tract infections, surgical site infections, and Clostridium difficile infections, vancomycin-resistant Enterococcus infections, and methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus infections. So how can we help? One approach that hospitals are taking to help prevent hospital-acquired infections is the use of chlorhexidine gluconate baths. CHG is a chemical with broad-spectrum antimicrobial agents. Daily bathing with CHG wipes significantly reduces bacterial colonization. There's an easy transition from the current patient bathing practices when transitioning into CHG wipes, because CHG is just superior to soap and water itself. They're also very cost-effective. And then one study, according to Wang and Leon, the number needed to treat is 11. And that is for every 11 patients that we bathe with CHG, one HAI is prevented. Spending $33 every other day, we can save $6,000 to $60,000 per hospital-acquired infection. So CHG wipes, they come in prepackaged. Here's a little package here. It's a single packet that contains 3 individual packets. Each individual packet contains 2 CHG impregnated wipes. Looks like these. Once the CHG wipes have been in a warmer, once they hit an 84-hour mark, they'll actually expire. So there's warmers that units are using. They have little lights that change colors when the time's expired. Sage, who's the most common company to supply these CHG wipes, provides that warmer, and the cloths are usually ready within 2 hours once they've been in the warmer. So a little bit about chlorhexidine. It's a broad-spectrum biocide effective against gram-positive bacteria, gram-negative bacteria, and fungi. A biocide is a chemical substance or microorganism intended to destroy, deter, render harmless, or exert a controlling effect on any harmful organism by chemical or biological means. CHG has both bacteriostatic, which means it inhibits bacterial growth, and bactericidal, which means it kills bacteria, mechanisms of action. It kills by disrupting the cell membrane, and chlorhexidine formulations can destroy the majority of categories of microbes, so there's a limited risk for the development of opportunistic infections. So the instructions for CHG bathing, go ahead and you can open the package. Just tear it open. Here's a little rip in the back. I'll just pop it open. Like I said, there's 2 cloths per package. So you can take your first cloth and start with the neck, shoulders, and chest. Then you move the cloth 2. You get both arms, both hands, the web spaces between the fingers, and the armpits. And then you can take the third cloth, move to the abdomen, the groin, and perineum. And then your fourth, right leg, right foot, and web spaces. Your fifth one will go for your left leg, your left foot, and those web spaces. And then the last cloth is going to be the back of the neck, the back, and then the buttocks. So then remember, once you're done with these CHG wipes, you're not going to be flushing them down the toilet. You're going to just dispose of them in the trash cans. So what are some of the results of using CHG? Well, Climo et al. Did a study. It was of 12 units from 7 facilities. It was written in the New England Journal of Medicine. There was 7,735 patients, had a control and intervention period. During the control period, patients were only being washed with regular washcloths, and then during the interventional period, patients were being washed with CHG wipes. So results of the study showed that MRSA and VRE rates were 23% lower during the intervention period. Hospital-acquired bloodstream infections were 28% lower. So the rate of central catheter-associated bloodstream infections was 53% lower during the interventional period. So there are far fewer cases of infections during the interventional period where CHG wipes were being implemented rather than the control period using regular washcloths. Another study that was done by Dix et al. Was done from January 2008 to December 2013. It was 33 hospitals which were participating in the Duke Infection Control Outreach Network. It consisted of 544,738 ICU patient days. 17 of these hospitals initiated CHG baths, and 16 hospitals did not initiate CHG baths. Overall, the authors' results support the findings of a multi-center, cluster randomized, non-blinded crossover study conducted by Climo et al. As well. So, the chlorhexidine bathing correlated with compelling reduction in trends of incident rates of intensive care unit hospitals and hospital-acquired infections. Recap why we're using CHG wipes. This intervention is straightforward to implement and sustain. It doesn't require substantial change from our already current bathing practices. There's cost saving associated with avoidance of healthcare-associated infections, as we talked about earlier. HAR is extremely cost-burdening to hospitals. The potential to improve patient satisfaction. Patients appreciate knowing that we're utilizing interventions to help keep them safe from infections. So just remember, although it may not seem like that big of a deal, especially when you aren't used to using CHG baths, it's extremely important to properly clean the patient with the wipes. It saves lives and money. Thank you. Here's some of my references here.